Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Saturday in the NBA. It's the
And hi again, everyone. Welcome to our now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Caldwell Pope. And in the middle, the long-body JaVale McGee. Absolutely elastic. Then it's Green, and it's Davis at the four shot. And for Miami, no good from Caldwell Pope.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
Gets the bucket.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Bauer, and it's sent back by Caldwell Pope. Wrong right side. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Clark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5, which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
That's amazing. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
Misses off the left iron. So it's the Lakers now. It's a 3-point game. McGee screen. Caldwell Pope pass it to LeBron. From deep. No good from Caldwell Pope.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Now here's Butler. Right side, Butler. It's stolen.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand. What a pass, and then the layup was a bit of a circus move.
Oh, so smooth.
You know what? He could have fouled that up going for the big slam. I thought that was a nice job just taking the layup.
Robinson, that's good.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. If he runs his man off the screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And Steve, you know, his ability to come in and rattle off 10, 20 points in no time flat, that's a gift and a real asset for any team. Some guys need a while to get going, not him.
Swiped away. Throws it up high. And the dunk by LeBron.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
The Heat trail by 6. Passes to Butler. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Here's Robinson. Here's LeBron. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron for the 3. And Jones pulls it down. The Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Number 13, fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, offensively last season, guys, the Lakers just never seemed to be able to get out of their own way. I mean, they had the worst turnover ratio in the league, and they really struggled to take care of the ball. And even when they got up a shot, a lot of them were questionable shots. They shot the third most threes in the league, but were in the bottom half of the league in percentage.
And going back to the Lakers' offensive troubles last season, the worst free throw percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
And obviously that's attributed directly to Dwight Howard, because the Lakers also led the league in free throw attempts. So, what a huge play.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Dragic against LeBron. Here's Olynyk. No good. Nice D from Morris. Los Angeles leading by 6. LeBron right side. Pick off in midair. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And he lays it up and in. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
LeBron drives in, kicks it to Howard. Morris. Defended by Olynyk. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, what a series it was in the finals a year ago. Such great basketball. 2 teams that like to play up tempo. And I'll tell you, the Spurs had Miami. They had the series in the bag. They were 1 play away from wrapping it up in Game 6, but the miracle comeback from the Heat that led to the Game 7 victory and another title for the Miami Heat.
And Tyler kicks to Dragic. Gives him the lead pass. Olynyk. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Dwight Howard. Well, Clark, it was interesting because the games themselves weren't particularly close through the first half of the series, but things started to get really tight when they left San Antonio after Game 5.
How about that, Kevin? You talk about things tightening up. We had a game for the ages in Game 6. 28.6 seconds to go. The Spurs +5. Miami needed a miracle, and they found it in the form of timely three-point shooting and got some help from the San Antonio Spurs missing some free throws.
The Game 6 was about as intense an NBA game as you've ever seen.
It was off the charts. Absolutely fantastic. You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
LeBron against Dragic. Green left side. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Green's got his first 2 points. The Heat trail by 4. Outside Dragic. 29 seconds left in the first. And Morris comes over to help. 6 to shoot. Tries from 16. Olynyk can't hit.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. 13 points for LeBron.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Lakers leading by 6. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers barely squeezed into the playoffs last season. Despite that, they had the largest luxury tax bill in the league, almost $30 million, more than double the next highest team in the Miami Heat. So, maybe one silver lining for them with Dwight Howard deciding to move to Houston? The team won't have to shoulder the even more punitive taxes that began this season. Kevin?
Good point, Doris. Thanks.
And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. And you think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And the front office felt the Princeton offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
McGee dishes to Smith. Here's Davis. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Now, he's rolled in by Los Angeles. And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense and why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired. And that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it. Well, for the Lakers last season, it seemed there was so much turmoil throughout the year. Injuries, coaching-wise, changes in the offense. They never were able to really gain any momentum. They made a decent run at the end of the season, but that didn't carry over into the postseason when they were swept by the Lakers in the first round.
Pass to McGee, deflected. Here's LaRusso. And low to Davis. Stolen by Robinson. And here's the break.
Yeah, look at me.
Good ball movement here by the Heat.
Hammer time. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
For that, I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Shot denied. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. The Heat making a switch here. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Butler, here we go. McGee with the block. They retain possession. Shots good by Iguodala.
Now you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Iguodala against LaRusso. McGee. He passes it to Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Robinson. And here they come. Number 13. That's blocked. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. No good. Good D by Howard. Lakers leading by 3. And Waiters kicks to Morris. He feeds it to Waiters. To the paint. Stolen by Robinson. And stolen by Howard. Here's Kuzma. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And one of his other great qualities, Steve, is his quick trigger off the dribble. I mean, he can get his shot off in an instant, a nanosecond.
And the Heat making a change here. Jones is checked in. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to LaRusso. Makes the lead pass. Up tray. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 5.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here.
Back to Robinson. Oh, no. That's good on the jump shot. Here's LaRusso. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Screen by Howard. Launches it. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Get that out of here!
Robinson against LaRusso. Here's Kuzma. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Heat trail by 9. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Dishes to Butler. Rejected by Howard. Now here's Waiters. Defense right on him. Three-pointer. The Heat go the other way with it. Butler passes to Robinson. Back to Butler. None. And he gets the jumper to drop. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Screen by Howard. Russo, the pass to Howard. Morris. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
He dishes it to Waiters. That's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Some changes for the Lakers. Green comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's LeBron in for LaRusso.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
The Lakers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And so he makes both from the line. The Heat trail by 9.
Get there, get there!
Butler off the pick from a winner. And Butler, here we go. Puts out the pinky hook. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Well, he was somebody you didn't want to put at the line a year ago. He made 85% of his attempts.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more.
Beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time. And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a six-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And we've reached halftime in this one. The Lakers on top, up by 9.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Coming to you this evening from the 2K Sports Studios, this is the Halftime Report. The Los Angeles Lakers.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half. Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look out. Already shaken. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
The three, no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Davis setting the pick for LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Backing down is Green. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And here's inside. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
So it's Miami now, down by 12. And the shot is good.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Jones kicks to Butler. Rejected by Caldwell Pope. Rebound outside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Kicks to Butler. Robinson for three. They'll recover it. Second shot opportunity. McGee with the block. Shoot again. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding. Every single night.
And the dunk by LeBron. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
The Heat trail by 10. Stolen by McGee. James it with authority.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. Where the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
And they double up with LeBron. Back to Green. No one near him.
That's all you,
Yes, and it's
man.
LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Pick him in.
Butler attacking. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Butler's got 7 points.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
LeBron with the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 12.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Number 13. Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a...
Bring him down the house. Are you guys feeling that? You got to be feeling that. Come on,
The
man.
whole building's feeling it. What are you saying? You feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too.
My finger's shaking. I feel it.
Outside Robinson. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. Robinson hits them both.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's LaRusso. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Crowder pulls it in. The Heat trail by 8. Feeds it to Leonard. He kicks to Tyler. None. Good ball movement here by Miami. Doubled by LaRusso. He's guarded by LaRusso. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Lakers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Drops in the tray. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Tyler dishes to Crowder. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 9. This one for 3. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. The Heat making a switch here. And it's the Heat with the ball.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Jones kicks to Tyler. We've got 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rejected by LaRusso. Deflects the pass and stolen by Butler. Back to Jones. Number 13. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Here's LaRusso. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
And Steve, we can't fail to mention all the steals they piled up too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Lakers making a change here. McGee's checked in. The Heat trail by 11. Releases. And that one hits back iron.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Cook kicks to LeBron. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And Steve, even more than that, this is what I think of when I think of him. Late in the fourth quarter, time winding down. They've got one shot to win the game. He's your man. He's the guy I'm looking for to make it happen.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Hey, come on,
And the basket by Olynyk.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
And they're able to recover. Shots good by Butler. Los Angeles leading by 10. Caldwell Pope kicks to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. Now the feed to McGee. Kicks it out to LeBron. Shot is no good. Good D by Jones. He'd have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The first one falls.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
Robinson's checked in for the Heat. Tyler comes in for Jones.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
The Heat trail by 10, and the Heat call time here. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
And, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The finger was not really set in that situation.
Davis with a screen on Jones. LeBron gets the screen from Davis. And Green gets it to go.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of it.
And it's slammed in by Jones.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that.
How about that basketball,
Wasn't that
man?
beautiful?
Wow.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
The Heat making a switch here.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Off one with his three.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Backing down is LeBron. And he slams it one-handed. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Butler goes in. Another shot. He lays it in.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
That is good.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
LeBron kicks to Davis. To this degree. Misses the three. The Heat trail by 10. Dragic with it. Now guarded by JaVale McGee. Takes the three. No good from Dragic. Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Outside, Green passes it to Davis. Miami grabs the miss. Dragic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To the middle, and there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Dragic against LeBron. To the inside. Number 13. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Lakers leading by 8.
Hey, D up on James.
Here's McGee. Free throw good, LeBron. And both free throws good for LeBron.
What an outstanding game he's having at the line. He's never been known for that, but he's certainly feeling it right now.
Butler kicks to Dragic. Floats one. Fires from deep. It's Butler that time on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists tonight.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Inside, Jones takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one. What a game for LeBron. He's got 36 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open looks.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
.135 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Lakers leading by 7. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Dragic. Outside, Jones. Number 13. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one.
I'm sure he'd like that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving points at the line.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Green, defended by Butler. Davis setting the pick for Green. 6 on the shot clock. Tries to keep it alive. Rebounded by Dragic.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kevin.
There was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
You got to love his positioning as the shot went up. He anticipated that play.
They're going to try to make him earn it from the line there, Kevin. Very interesting strategy.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's going to be tough for them, but you have to continue to compete. It's not over. Just play, see what happens.
Yep, you can't afford empty possession.
Slowing it down.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
And Miami making a change here. Outside, Jones. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Robinson passes to Jones. None. Connects. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Los Angeles has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So it gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Jones. There's the 3. Number 13. It falls.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Great defense.
And so the Lakers take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable